Church's teaching on homosexuality, this is going to be a very divisive point. But I think when we talk about the topic of homosexuality, one of the most important points we need to drive home is that our sexual attractions are not the deepest truth of our human identity. I don't like these labels. Well, I'm straight, she's lesbian, he's gay, this person's bi. Look, I don't even like to call myself straight, because if I'm straight, what are you, like crooked? You know, it's like that's a little pompous. I mean, like, and it's too narrow as well, because like if I'm attracted to a woman who's not my wife, that's not my identity. If I'm attracted to some pornographic billboard, that's not my identity. You know, and people say, well, you know, there's trans persons, and then there's these gender persons, and then those persons. Look, the Catholic Church does not teach like Facebook. There's 58 different types of genders. There's always, no, the Catholic Church teaches there are 3 types of persons. Okay, let's get our anthropology straight, okay? Now, a person in philosophy is an individual substance of a rational nature, like a rational being. Okay, how many different types of rational beings, persons are there? 3. There's divine persons, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There are angelic persons, which are the holy angels and the fallen angels, the demons, and there are human persons made male and female in the image and likeness of God. Those are the 3 types of persons. If we try to break down into 58 different types of persons based on our sexual attractions, no, your humanity, your identity as a human being is that you're a son of God or you're a daughter of God. That's the deepest truth of your identity, because your behavior flows from your identity. If I understand that I'm a beloved son of God the Father, I'm going to act out from that. And if I believe that my identity is who I'm sexually attracted to, that's going to have a pretty powerful influence on how I choose to act if I think that that's my identity. Because if I think my sexual attractions are my identity, then if I can't act out sexually, I'll think that my very personhood is being stifled. And so be careful in the language that you use and saying that's a gay person, that's a lesbian person. That's not the Catholic way of speaking. No, that's a person who experiences these attractions. The attractions are what you experience. They're not who you are. Now, people say, well, what about marriage equality? You know, nobody believes in marriage equality. I really don't think so. The word marriage equality is a terrible phrase. It fits well on a bumper sticker, but it doesn't really say anything. I mean, because you think about it, it's like the word pro-choice. I mean, pro-choice, well, I'm pro-choice. I made many choices today. I had eggs for breakfast on the airplane. You know, choices are wonderful. Could you be more specific what you have in mind in terms of a choice? Oh, well, let's not get into that. You know these phrases are bad when they're too ambiguous. And the problem with this idea of marriage equality, it's the same type of problem. Because like, okay, if I want to marry 3 women, are you in favor of marriage equality for us? Most people would say, well no, you got to pick which one you want to marry. And then I could push back at you. Are you really so narrow-minded and bigoted that you think that there's something so special and the number 2, that the number 3 is so less special that you can have a marriage, but the 3 of us can't have a marriage? Are you going to impose your narrow-minded religious rules on our private romantic relationship? Is this really going to destroy marriage if I marry these 2 women? You could see how you could kind of be bullied into feeling like, oh, well, yeah, sure, go on ahead, marry the heck you want. But say, okay, fine, I won't marry 2 women. I'll marry 1 woman, but you know what? We don't want to be faithful. We want to have an open marriage, a polyamorous marriage where we could have relations with other people. Are you in favor of marriage for us, of marriage equality? Is this a marriage? Most people would say, no, you have to be faithful. Okay, fine. I'll be faithful, but it's not going to be permanent. We're going to be married for 10 years, and then we're going to take a break. Is that a real marriage? Are you in favor of marriage equality? Most people would say no. Permanence is one of the essential attributes of marriage. Okay, fine. I'm going to stick with one person. I'm going to marry myself. Look at it on the internet. People are marrying themselves. Now, I don't know how a divorce would work in that situation, but, you know, you're kind of stuck, you know, and I don't mean to make fun, but this is what's going on. It is not, homosexuality is not a question. And with marriage, it's not about bigotry. It's not about homophobia. It's about one thing. What is marriage? That is the question that needs to be answered. Because people throw these words around like, oh, you don't believe in gay marriage? You're a homophobe. Dude, use words correctly. A homophobia is a disordered fear of this person. Like, if I hate spiders, I'm an arachnophobic, okay? Now, if I'm deathly afraid of these spiders, I'm arachnophobic. If I think 2 spiders can't get married, I'm not an arachnophobic, okay? Don't stick that name on me. You know, if I hate spiders and I kill every spider I see, I'm not arachnophobic. I just hate those things. I'm arachnophobic if I have an unhealthy fear of these things. And what's happening is we're making up words like transphobic, homophobic, because we don't have valid arguments. So we do name calling. Name calling is what you resort to when you don't have arguments, or you don't have charity, or you don't have either. And so we need to quit calling each other names. And those people that you have in your life and I have in my life who experience homosexual attractions, we need to love these people. We need to remind them that the church is their home, that God is their Father, and that God has a plan for them. And if they trust in Him, He's going to surprise them. And it doesn't mean your attractions are necessarily going to go away tomorrow, but do you trust God the Father to letting go of your own will right now? Or do you trust your own will and needing to let go of God? And so this is a toughie, but I think what these people need are compassion, respect, love, and they need us in their lives. And you know what? We need them in our lives too. These are wonderful human beings that are a lot bigger than just their sexual attractions. And if we pigeonhole them, that's who you are, we're missing out on some really authentic, great friendships we could have with these people. And so I think our job is to call them to truth and to chastity and love. And I'd recommend, if you go to our website, Chastity Project, click the button Homosexuality, watch the videos, The Third Way and Desire of the Everlasting Hills. These are videos by people who experience homosexual attractions, who practice chastity, and they talk about how much joy they found in that lifestyle. So it's a long-winded answer, but it's a pretty important topic.